Hey, welcome here. It's been a while.
Hi, we're here.
We've done it. It's Sunday. Been a long week and a half or so, but we're back.
We got a new tripod, so here we are live.
Yeah. And if you're watching the recording, it's just as good. If not better now. Wow. I was gonna say something and then I totally forgot.
You know, I had something to say too. I was thinking about it on the way over here. I gotta remember to say that.
But this is Talk Comics to me. I'm Champenstein.
I am Heather Hadfield.
And we're coming up on the end of the year. We're doing our thing. It's going well. Is everything okay?
Sorry. Yeah, I thought it was a warning of something because the icon on the side stressed me out. It's just Instagram's letting our followers know that we're live so you can come watch us.
So yeah, we've got a big stack of comics. We're just gonna get on with this since neither one of us can remember what we wanted to say.
Yeah, maybe we'll remember by the end. That would be a good
coming around. Yeah.
Okay, so here I go. I have this Batman book. This is Fear Street Omega.
This Fear State.
Fear.
It's like when I thought the place down the street called Pear Street, it was called Fear Street.
It's Fear State. Fear State, a state of fear in which Gotham was in. This is the conclusion to Fear State. This is, I believe, the last Batman book for now that Tynion.
Yeah, I think that's yeah.
Tynion.
That's why I just go with Tiny Onion now.
Tiny Onion, yes. The last part of this that he will be writing, as far as I know. I don't know if he has anything in the future. Well, I guess we'll see.
I mean, he's still finishing up that Joker series, right?
Yep. That is true. But yeah, no, this is the conclusion to it. It's just telling the story of what is happening to Scarecrow, what all the kids are up to now that everything has been fixed, and how Gotham is changing. I really enjoyed it. I think mostly because there were several different artists on it, and I thought it was really cool how the Scarecrow story is being told in present, I guess, and then each one of the different artists is doing one of the other characters within Fear State while Batman is telling the story of what is happening to them.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun, but I did also really enjoy Fear State in general, so I thought this was a really good conclusion to it. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. It was just very, very cute. I loved it.
All right, I have a couple books I haven't read, so I just got them because I thought they sounded cool. So there's this Love, Sex, Gender, and Superheroes book. Just a academic text basically about... here, I'll read this.
I love this.
Love, Sex, Gender, and Superheroes examines a full range of superhero media, from comics to films to television to merchandising, with a keen eye for the genre's complex and internally contradictory mythology. Comics scholar Jeffrey A. Brown considers its mixed messages. Superhero comics may reinforce sex roles and their litany of phallic muscle men and slinky femme fatales, but they also blur gender binaries with their emphasis on transformation and body swaps. Similarly, while most heroes have heterosexual love interests, the genre prioritizes homosocial bonding, and it both celebrates and condemns gendered and sexualized violence. With examples spanning from the golden age of DC and Marvel Comics up to recent works like the TV series The Boys, this study provides a comprehensive look at how superhero media shapes our perceptions of love, sex, and gender.
Cute.
Yeah, so, just right up my alley of things that I enjoy. So,
yeah.
I'm excited to read it. I don't think I'll probably get into it until probably summertime, just because it's a pretty hefty text, and it's gonna take some time. I mean, I might pick it up, read a chapter or something here and there, but I'm really excited. Next I have this Queer as All Get Out book. It's 10 People Who've Inspired Me. It's by Shelby Criswell, and is that it? It's just
when they say 10 people that inspired me, is it 10 people who are also queer? Is that the whole point of it, is queer people who inspired this queer creator?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. 10 LGBTQIA plus people from history. So yeah, I'm really excited to read it. It looks very cute. Here's the list of, I think, the people and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I'm really excited to get into it and see who's in here. And I always love learning stuff, so excited. It'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah,
it'll be nice. It'll be fun.
It'll be
cute.
fun.
It'll be a
cute.
good time.
Yeah, and maybe a bad time. Maybe just like a makes me emotional time, which seems to probably also be the case.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
So next we have The Me You Love in the Dark. This is issue number 5. This is the very last issue. We get our conclusion, and I'm also looking forward to this book at the end of here that I saw.
Yeah, I also noticed that it looks very fun.
Yeah.
We're back on fun.
Yeah, I really like the ending of this story. It felt like really quick, but I guess I also didn't mind that.
Yeah,
because it felt like it hit all the points it needed to hit, and then it was just like, okay, here we go, we wrapped it up.
Yeah, I did like the final few pages and stuff like that. Not necessarily even about her, but just like afterwards.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, it was very satisfying, and I also agree that it did seem a little quick, but then again, like, how else are you going to end this kind of story? Like, it happened really fast, so I think of course the ending would happen fast too. It was good.
Yeah, and it didn't really need, I don't, like, at most I'd want another issue, but then I don't know what they would explore or do that they hadn't already like touched on or made very clear throughout the whole entire thing. So yeah, I make that joke that it is about the terrible problems of monster fucking, like the dangers of monster fucking, but it's it's way more than that wrapped up in that story.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I like the whole metaphor, I guess, of abuse and the monsters and stuff. It was a very good story. I have not yet read a Scotty Young book that I did not like.
Yeah, same so far. I guess it's only 2, but
but they were both very heavy.
Yeah.
Like very, very good, well-written, traumatic books.
And wrapped up in such a, like, an interesting, like, not lighthearted, but, like, somewhat lighthearted idea. Like, not a serious idea.
Yes.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
Very wonderful.
I would definitely suggest it to anybody. Okay, so now I guess we have Deadly Class. This is issue number 49. This is the start of the last story arc, part 1 of Fond Farewell. And I think for me, I was just like oddly emotional reading, like opening this book and getting ready to read it, knowing that this was like coming to an end. Even though, as we've talked several times, it just like needs to end. Like, it's at that point. But I really love like the last couple story arcs and the flashing through time, and I really like all of the reveals and things that are happening within this book or this issue.
I love that Marcus is still a piece of shit, but it's like a weirdly disguised piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what happens next. Like, what are these next steps, and should I even go that way? Like, I probably not. I should probably just let the story like wash over me. But I have that problem where I'm just like, but I kind of want to try to feel out what I think might happen. And I don't know, we've been talking about this for several issues, wondering how it will end, and I think that now we're in that like zone where I'm just like, okay, what's about to happen?
Right.
How is everything about to play out? Like, who's dealing the cards and who's like playing their hand without like showing it, very like, poker faced.
Poker face.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing that makes it so nerve-wracking, I guess, in a way, is like all the pieces are like, there's hints as to what's going on, and you have, like what's going on, but with Marcus especially, you can't ever know what's going on with him because he does what he wants to do, despite what he's being told what to do.
Yeah. And I don't know, for me too, it's just like, it's like pitting my 2 favorite characters in a very like interesting space where it's just like they're reconnecting and learning about each other again, but it's also just like who's gonna stab someone, who's gonna stab who in the back, and how is it gonna happen? Like, how is this gonna work? And I guess I just don't want to see bad things for either of them, even though I do absolutely, you know how I feel about Marcus. Like, I love him. I love to hate him. He's like probably, you know, there's something Rick Remender does really well about writing like main characters that are just like really dislikable, or you're just like, fuck you, man.
But then he always,
I hope the worst for you.
Right. You know, I love him too, and I definitely feel that way about him, but I would be a little broken if he ended up dying.
Yeah.
Like,
a huge bummer for sure.
Yeah. I'd be like, we've been with him since he was a tiny child, and I don't feel like he deserves any sort of redemption at this point. I think he's like far beyond it, but it would be cool. It'd be really cool to see something like that for a piece of shit like him, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll continue talking about this as we go.
Once we get closer to the end, like the issue before, we gotta solidify that bet and see which way it goes.
Yeah, true.
Because we just don't know at this point. Anyway.
Does he live or die?
It's a 50-50, honestly.
Go ahead.
Okay. I have this book called Hotel. This is volume 2. This one is 5 issues this time. I thought it was 4. Yeah, the last one was 4 issues. So it's like a horror anthology about this hotel that people go to, obviously, and terrible things happen to them. This first story is about a family that's kind of, I don't want to say on the run necessarily, but they left everything behind to try to find their place in the world because the dad had some plans that fell through. They had to leave their home very suddenly. So they end up at this hotel, and they all start to go a little crazy. So I really, really like these. I did the volume 1. They were all intertwined in some way. Like in the first one, you had other characters that were introduced in like later issues and stuff, but this one didn't really have anyone else in it. So I'm curious to see how they're going to connect all the stories other than the hotel itself. It's just like a quick little horror story. It was horrifying. Like, some of the parts were actually made me a little uncomfortable. But not for like, I don't know, like the kid is allergic to peanuts, and at one point she just like, oh, fuck you, dad, and just eats a whole bunch of peanuts in front of him. So just stuff like that. Yeah. It's just like, oh my God, what is wrong with this kid? Very uncomfortable. But overall, I did really, really enjoy it. All of the AWA horrors that a majority of them anyway, that I've read, I have really enjoyed them quite a bit. I especially loved the art in this, and I don't know why. There's nothing like really spectacular. I think it might be just, I don't know, the colors along with the art, but I really enjoyed this series, so, or this issue. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy the series, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, I have next The King of Spies. This is issue number 1. This is a Mark Miller book with Matteo Scalera doing the art, which is basically why I picked this up, because I really, really like his art. This story was just like so ludicrous. It was just like very, I guess, Mark Miller-esque. Yeah. Just like a lot of ridiculous action stuff happening in the first issue, and just about this spy who finds out he has cancer, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna go do, one last spy stuff.
One more spy.
Don't worry about it.
I'm really bummed out because I swear I special ordered that first issue.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it. And that was the only reason when we were talking about like picks of the week, why I picked that was because I was like, oh, cool. Like I'm excited to check that out. Yeah. And then when I went to go read it yesterday, we didn't even have any more copies.
I mean, you can read this one. Here, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I was very interested in this. I thought it would be a lot of fun because I also like Matteo Scalera. Oh, that looks great. Oh, he looks great. That mustache, dude.
Yeah, the art's good. The art's good. The story is just like, I don't know, like I said, it's just Mark Miller, so
pretty wild.
Whatever. Yeah. Just like, okay, I get it. Action and shit. And I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just keep going. This is Dirtbag Rapture. This is issue number 3. Oh god, I'm just fucking up my book.
Welcome to my life.
I don't know how I did that. Anyway, this book is just wild. I really, really like it a lot. I like the art. so much. The art and colors are probably my favorite part. But, God, now I can't remember the main character's name. She is, like, being, she sees ghosts and shit, takes them to places, finds out she's been part of this whole, like, war between good and evil, or so they say, and right at this point, good and evil are trying to, like, tug her either way.
There's a war.
There's a war, and she's in the middle, and she's also just, like, really just loves drugs.
And she's a very terrible person, right?
Yeah,
like, that's what you had been saying.
Like, I wouldn't say she's, like, terrible. I'd say she's not, like, doesn't make the most logical of choices.
Okay. A little,
It's like a wild card, if you will.
Okay, yes, I will.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's, like, the only way to describe it, I think. So I don't think she's bad, because there's nothing inherently bad about, like, doing drugs.
Right.
I just think it's just, she's just...
Not the smartest.
Not the smartest,
Okay.
and she kind of lets, like, that sort of, like, the drugs and stuff override the logical decisions that could be made.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you gonna keep reading it? Like, do you like it enough that you're going to continue with it?
It's on my pull file. I think it's only, like, 5 issues. Like, it's not very long.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see where it goes and how it ends. It's been fun so far.
And again, the art is great.
Yeah. Okay, so then this is Emotional Data. This is a...
Test tube sugar baby.
Yeah, this is a weird little silver sprocket book.
Yeah.
And just a bunch of little mini comics, basically. It's a weird one.
Yeah.
I really liked it, but it was also, just very, very strange.
It's a little hard to read because it's all hand written.
Yeah.
Like all of the dialogue and stuff is written. And so sometimes it gets like really teeny tiny and small. And that's why I had a difficult time with it, because I kept having to do this to like see what was happening. But I do love Abby Jamie. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Jamie?
Jam.
Abby Jam. I do every book that I have read of theirs. I absolutely just love, because they're so silly, but for some reason like a little relatable, even though I am not anything like these characters.
Yeah.
At least I like to think that I might be a test tube sugar baby, but I don't know.
Let us know. If you know, let us know.
Yeah.
Send us an email.
Please.
Talk comics to me,
know.
666@gmail.com.
But yeah, they're very fun. The art is really unique and like cute, and the colors are just really good. I really enjoy all the books that I've read of theirs. So it's very interesting and weird.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
This is the last session. This is issue number 1. This is a cute little Mad Cave book, and who does this? Jasmine Walls writes it, Dozer Draws is the artist, and Micah Myers does the letters. And I really liked this more than I thought I was going to, honestly.
I did too!
I know I special ordered the second one, but I'll probably just add this to my profile. So this is just about a group of old, I guess, high school friends, it seems.
Yeah.
Like, high school friends coming together to finish their campaign that they had started in high school. And one of their girlfriends decides to join, and she's a little, like, excited.
Yeah, a little excited and, like, not very experienced.
Yeah. I really, it was just a lot of fun. It just reminded me of playing D&D, which I miss every once in a while, but I liked how it also, like, flipped back and forth between, like, the real world and then, like, the game they're playing and their characters. I thought that was a really cute, like, idea and interesting thing to add in there.
Yeah, the art, I love the art in
this.
the
art is so good.
I don't know what made me order this originally. I know that I had special ordered the first one, and then before this even came out, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna add it.
Yeah.
Like, I might as well just add it, because it's not very many issues, but I'm glad that I did, because it's so cute.
Yeah, no, it is so cute. I can't remember why I added it either. I think I just thought it sounded like an interesting, like, kind of fun idea, so I was like, sure, fuck it, let's do it.
Not something I would normally, I mean, it is something I would normally read, but, like, not, I guess, the art.
Yeah.
The art, I don't really read books with this type of art, and I did it. I just went for it. I was a bit of a wild card this time.
That was a wild card move. While you talk about Batman, I'm gonna stir that soup really fast.
Yeah, okay, so I have this Batman 2021 annual. This concludes the story on Ghostmaker, which I am not honestly too familiar with because I jumped onto Batman a little late in the game after he had already been introduced and all that kind of stuff. So again, I was just not very familiar with him, but I really loved this issue. Tynan does this one as well, and I know I had said that the Omega was one of the last ones that he did, but this is also one of the last ones apparently. But the art in this is absolutely out of control in a good way. I loved it so much. But this is just a Ghostmaker telling Batman a story from why he is the way he is. Like, I don't know. It was very, very interesting. I liked that he kind of exaggerates everything that happened to him when he was little. And he is just very dramatic, and I love him. So, yeah. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. The art, again, I could go on about the art forever because I was shocked at like how different it was. Because at first I was very unsure. I was like, I don't know if I like that because some of the faces were a little strange. But then when it gets to like the action and all the fighting and stuff, I was like, yeah, okay, this is worth it. This is incredible. So this is Batman, annual. Batman, the Ghostmaker saga concludes. So I don't know.
All right.
I think if you've been reading Batman, especially, pick it up because it's a nice little conclusion to it.
All right. I just realized one of these books was from last week, so I just slipped it on out. So right now, I have The Human Target. This is issue number 2. I'm not really going to talk much about this book because this isn't for me, and that's fine. The art is really cool. Basically, the Human Target man is hanging out with a lady named Ice, trying to figure out who killed him, and twists and turns and stuff.
It's like a spy book, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of.
I can't. Oh, what was the thing with him? Like, what's his shtick?
I can't remember now.
Okay.
I'm not being either. A good comic book nerd, but I know that.
Remember. Well, I know that we had talked about it the first issue, but that was when it was still fresh in your mind.
I mean, right now, like his job is he stands in for other people when they get assassinated.
Okay.
So like he was standing in for Lex Luthor. Somebody tried to poison Lex Luthor, poisoned him, and now he has 7 days, 12 days, something like that to live, and so he has to figure out who murdered him in that amount of time.
Did he get a phone call about it?
I'm sure he did. I don't know. It's not bad. It's just not that great, and I don't care. Like I said, the art and colors are really good, but the story is just like I don't want to.
Is it just like a classic Tom King murder mystery?
Yeah, it kind of that's like how it felt, especially in the beginning. It's just like, dude, okay, I get. So, man drinks poison. You're trying to figure out your murder. And spoilers, I'm going to just spoil this issue right now.
Do it.
He, hangs out with this lady all day, and they're trying to figure out who it can be, and he, at the end, is basically, it's her. He's it's the woman who he's been hanging out with all day who's like, oh, I'll help you solve this murder.
Oh, shit.
It's her. So, I don't know. Or at least he thinks it's her. So, it's one of those things where it's just like...
Is the story over?
It is for me. Just that's the ending. Good. Done. Don't need any more.
I figured out the mystery. We're done here.
That's all I needed. I don't want it anymore. So yeah, it's fine. I'm sure somebody would like it, but it's just definitely not my gig.
But again,
it's not my bag, baby.
It's not my bag, baby. The art is so good, though.
Yeah, the art is so good. The art is really, really good.
So once again,
a Tom King feature. Just story might be mediocre to not good at all. Art will just be hell yeah, dude. Thank you.
Yep. Well, I mean, at least he's got that going for him.
It's a fucking trick, though. It's how can I trick you into reading a book? And that's oh, I got your number.
Sorry, I just like in my head, I just fast forward like 5 years.
His creator-owned book that's going to come out is going to be like some fucking detective noir book.
I can't believe you just said that right in my face. God damn it. I was just thinking about how betrayed I would feel if like Dan Mora did stuff.
Oh my god, how would
I would lose my mind.
What if it was the worst story ever written?
It would be a murder mystery.
And then it's just drawn by Dan Mora.
I wouldn't even read any of the story. I would just like
it's like when I read Silver Surfer Black. Like the art in Silver Surfer Black was like that Trad Moore, Donny Cates book.
Right. I was trying to think of who did the art in that one.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That book was like, it just looked fucking insane. Loved the way that, just like, could have just not read any of the words. If I ever go back and like look at that book, I will never read any of the words. I love
books like that, honestly. Like,
just I'll look at it. It's cool.
There was that one Conan book by Asad Ribic where there were literally no words. Like, I'm sure they could have, they could have added words to it and I would have liked it just as much. But the fact that like it was just showcasing his talent, beautiful.
Yeah, that book was great.
Yeah,
just like that one Russell Dodderman Giant Size X-Men book.
Oh right, the Jean Grey and Storm. Yeah. So good. So, I mean, I think all of my favorite artists need to just have a book just showcasing their art.
Yeah, don't work with Tom King. Don't make us buy those books. Okay,
don't do it.
Gotta move on.
Yes.
That's rude. This is Batman Detective. This is an annual.
There were a lot of annuals this week.
This is a prelude to Shadows of the Bat and basically deals with Nightwing dealing with the fact that there needs to be more mental health options, accessibility within Gotham to truly do anything about crime. That's basically it.
Yeah, so. it was really surprisingly good. Yeah, it had a really good message, and I just wanted to push Batman out a window for a little bit for I shouldn't be surprised. By some of the things that he said. But
by being a cop.
Love this page. I just like that he's doing his little acrobats. I thought that was very cute. Overall, I would say,
I don't know, it's probably my favorite issue of the detective that she's done. Yeah, honestly, I was gonna say probably like 5 bags of popcorn. Yeah, it was really good. This one. It was really interesting. I really liked the back and forth through time, and I do think it's an interesting idea to explore in the Batman world, as long as you're doing it. If you're doing it in a way that's like that makes sense, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Like I think it's also something hard to, we've had this conversation before. It's just like hard to do without it being like, okay. Right. I do have to say one thing. I was artistically and creatively inspired by these bone wings in here. Yeah. I just like how they're made of like fried chicken bones. Fried chicken bones. I know. It's so simple. Like, why didn't I think about that sooner? Like, anyway, if you see me outside with a pair of bone bat wings, don't say anything to me, please. Okay, you ready? Next. So we now have Gotham City villains. This is the main cover. I did end up getting that too because I do really like it. Heather got me this Wes Craig cover. It's Wes Craig. We got Dan Mora and this is Frank Quietly. So there are several other issues, but I was not about to spend like friggin' $11 for each one, considering I spent $11 on 3 of them. I guess I thought this was a $9.99. I did too. $10.99 book. Oops. I did too. But yes, I definitely recommend you picking it up if you have not already, because it's just, I've only read the first story, but it's Danny DeVito, my friends. Like, why wouldn't you get it? Yeah, I love the Danny DeVito story. That first, it's the very first story in this. But I think every story was really, really good. I don't think there's one in here that I did not enjoy, and the art in every single one was really, really great. Yeah. I honestly think my favorite I love the Wes Craig story quite a bit, because I love his art too. Mm-hmm. But the Emma Rios, I think it's G. Willow Wilson who does it with the writing on that. The Poison Ivy story is so fucking good. And then I guess it's actually leading into a story they're doing called Poison Ivy's Story. It says Poison Ivy's story blooms in 2022. So
my God, I didn't even see this one. I only read the first story just because I dealt with the last couple of weeks have been pretty wild for me, and I just needed to close my eyes for a while. But yeah, this story, Philip Kennedy Johnson and Riccardo Federici, like that's sick.
And that story was pretty good. Like I said, I liked every single one in here was like really good and like not like dense, but had a lot of like story to it.
Right.
So I for $11, like I do think it's a little steep, but there is so much like in there. There's like 10, like not 10 stories, at least like 8 stories.
There's quite a bit, and they're all, as far as I know, like leading into other series that are going to be happening, right?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, there's 8 stories. Besides, I think like the Danny DeVito one does not. But most of the other ones do. I love villains, so that was honestly the main reason why I picked this up, because I was like, okay, like DC villains, I think they're really cool. I like them all for the most part. And of course Danny, but Danny, Dan Mora, and Tamara, just all on a book, like they're all on a story. It was really great.
It's very solid. But yeah, again, Gotham City Villains, the Anniversary Giant.
Yeah, definitely pick it up. Definitely worth it, like 100%. Okay, so I have more books.
More books.
I have Daredevil. This is issue number 36. This is leading into the Devil's Reign storyline.
That was a butt. I just saw a butt.
Yeah, there was a butt in here. Wilson Fisk gets married to Typhoid Mary, and they're on a little honeymoon, and he finds some old paperwork, which is real bad, because he hid some paperwork from before when everybody, like, knew Daredevil's identity, which their minds all got erased. I don't know about what happened there. Some superhero stuff happened. Minds got erased. He came back and nobody knew who he was. And Wilson Fisk found his paperwork saying that, like, that's the identity of Daredevil. So,
okay, so I'm glad that you summed up what that issue was about, because yesterday I had a guy come into the shop and he like slammed it down on the counter and was like, if I pick this one up here and start reading it from here, am I going to be confused? And I was like, yeah, it's 36 issues in. Yeah, of course you're going to be confused.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because then it's like, I mean, I guess it fills in the blanks kind of, because it talks about all the stuff that happened in the previous issues where he's in prison and finds out about like the weird science experiments going on.
Right.
And then it just like goes on from there. Like, so it's after all of that stuff. So I suppose like, but then you're going to be like, why is Wilson Fisk marrying Typhoid Mary? What's happening here? But I don't know, like, yes and no. I don't know.
I just feel like, wouldn't it make more sense to just... Is that the beginning of a new story arc?
This is the end of...
This
is the very end of a story arc. Yeah, this is the last issue.
I mean, if you were going to start anywhere, like, at least the beginning of that arc.
Yeah.
But I was confused by that question in general. Yeah, I was like, what?
I suppose you could do it, but I feel like you'd want some like knowledge on Daredevil at least. Yeah, I suppose, but I don't know. I don't know if you. I'm sure you could pick it up from the Devil's Reign story arc and all of that shit that's happening. But
it felt like, I don't know, going to see a Christopher Nolan movie and only watching the last 5 minutes.
That's not a terribly wrong way to put that. I'm gonna keep moving.
Yes.
So this is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is issue number 32. I think I said I wouldn't talk about this, so I'm not. It did get canceled, so issue number 34 is the last issue. And next week starts the last Slayer little mini series, and that's that.
We're almost done, friends. We're almost done.
And I don't think I can ever like give the advice to tell people like you shouldn't pick up books through like too far with me doing this. It's basically like Outcast all over again, but way worse.
At least you have the knowledge, though. You can be like, no, dude, trust me, don't read this book. Okay, we're moving on.
We're doing it.
We have Dark Blood. This is issue number 5 of 6. This is really just getting to the conclusion of the story. You find out like exactly what is happening, what it's doing to him, and how he's going to be fixing the situation.
Yeah. as he can.
Yes. He's angry.
Yeah, understandably so, though.
Absolutely. I would be furious. But yeah, no, this book is really, really good.
Yeah, I like the way it's developed. I love the art. I think that's like a huge like point about this book that I love. But it is also just like a really interesting story, and I like the back and forth through time and like seeing him like with his family and even him in the war and like what he went through there and how that's like affected where he's at now.
I was gonna say that as well, like the art back and forth and stuff. And I love in this particular issue it shows how he first discovered this variation that he has, and I thought that was very exciting because I would have reacted the same way. I would have done the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So it was just very fun, and I'm gonna stop saying fun. It was very nice to see.
It was something we read.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
So now this is Months in Future. This is issue number 22, and our team of monster hunters is on the look for some weapons.
They find a secret little cache. Is that what you say? Cache? A cache.
Cache.
I pronounce things weird like that.
Like, I have no room to judge you.
I was just thinking it was funny because I say Q as Kiwi sometimes because I think it's really funny. But anyway, they find the weapons that they need. Things are moving along. Merlin's a piece of shit, you know.
Yeah, just Once in Future stuff.
Yeah.
It continues to be a book that's like great every single read. Of course, the art and the colors every book are just like beautiful. Insane. I don't understand how it happens every time I open it. I'm just like, oh fuck yes.
It's
like
shocking.
You just look everything looks so good and the story's so great. Like, how are you guys doing this? It's rude.
I know. Honestly, it's very rude. I'm like offended every time I open that book. I can't believe it.
Well, it's just like something that's so cool too. Oh, it's so good. Such a good book. I
recommend it to every single person. That's it.
I don't think it's hard to like. I don't think anybody would not enjoy this, even if it's like you don't even have to know about any of these stories to be like.
There's something in it for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. This is Hellboy. This is the Bones of Giants, the Boners of Giants.
That's the Norse book, right?
The number 2. Yeah. Just some Hellboy stuff. With he's got Mjolnir and it's attached to him, and right now he's having like flashbacks of like Thor and Thor's life, and
I love that for him.
Yeah,
he's probably having a great time.
It doesn't seem like he is, but yes. I don't know. I like Hellboy. I got that first compendium a while back. I just haven't really like had time to go back and read through it. I've read a few of the issues, and I don't know. It's one of those things that you can just kind of like pick up and read like one of those story arcs.
Right.
It's like
willy-nilly.
Yeah, little tiny stories. So yeah, just fun Hellboy stuff.
Nice and fun.
Yeah, I just wanted to go down that road, see how it was. I like it.
Good. I've only read, I think, like one complete Hellboy story, and it's that one that Drew let me borrow the trade for and then just like gave it to me. I can't remember which one it is now. In Mexico, I think. Hellboy in Mexico. I don't know. I'll look, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it. So
yeah, I think all of those stories are just a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Department of Truth. This is number 14. This is another little flashback issue. I'm sorry, I just did that.
No, I love that, actually. That was a lot of fun for me.
I'm gonna first start by saying the art in this is fucking so good. And my favorite part of the art is when he shaves his head and shaves his eyebrows, and just like the way he looks and his whole outfit is.
That panel was my absolute favorite.
And by him, I mean Lee Harvey Oswald. Yeah. Sorry, my bad, just saying words.
Yeah, no, Lee Harvey Oswald shaves his eyebrows off, and it's really funny. And honestly, that inspired me a little bit too. I almost did that to myself.
Damn it, dude. You're gonna come into work without eyebrows, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I respect you and your decisions.
Well, I can't do it now because I finally grew a gray hair.
Oh, okay.
I've been trying for years to have any sort of gray hair, and I finally grew one, and it's in my eyebrow of all places. So I'm not going to do it. But this is a little flashback on how Hawk kind of came to be. And it, of course, explains Lee Harvey Oswald's role within the Department of Truth a little more clearly. So Wonderful. We love conspiracy theories.
Yeah, it's just like Once and Future, this book hits every single issue in a completely different way, but it's always just like every issue is so fucking good where I'm just like excited to read it. Even if I keep it towards like last, I'm just like, hell yeah, brother. Like, I'm about to get into this book. Like, I'm going to have a great time. And it just, every time I talk about it to other people, like, I always mention the X-Files, even though I'm just like, I know this is a terrible way to describe this, but it's one of the few ways to describe it without, like, it, like, hitting without ruining it.
Right.
Because it's just, like, think about the X-Files, but then take it, like, farther, you know? Like, take it farther, make it darker, and, like, fuck people up. You know? And it's just, like, every issue is so good. And when this came around to the end and I finished it, I was just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that is so good.
Yeah, I do. I know we have talked about this many, many times, but I just love that they take conspiracy theories and they're just like, but what if it was real? As if my paranoid ass needed anything like that.
So yeah, it's something I do recommend, like, quite honestly all the time to people, and especially when they come to me with, like, what do you suggest horror-wise to read? And, you know, I have so much in my, like, horror regimen of books, but this is probably, like, up there, like, number one, if not number two on, like, horror books, where I'm just like, the way it is horror, we've talked about this before, is, just like it gets under your skin and it makes your skin crawl.
Right. It's not typical horror, but it's horrifying.
Yeah, so it's like one of those books where it also, like freaks me out. Like, and I think that's a legitimate thing about this book, is it just, like, it freaks me out sometimes, and I finish it, I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah, well, that makes me very
but then it's like, it's also really good in that way, too, so.
I did want them to go more into Ruby Ridge.
Yeah.
You remember how excited I was about that? Maybe they will. Maybe they'll get back to it, because they just kind of, like, touched on it a minute, so they have to. They have to.
Next we have X-Men Trial of Magneto. I honestly don't have a lot to say about this book. I don't really
to say about this.
I don't really like it. The art's okay. Colors are kind of flat, personally, but
I just don't understand. I just don't get it.
But yeah, the story definitely lacks something. I don't know exactly what it is that it lacks, but it is something where it's just like it doesn't fulfill me when I am watching it at all. Mm-mm.
I think it's
watching it, reading it.
I think it's lacking North Star. I think it just needs more North Star, to be honest.
I don't know if that would fix it.
No, it won't. But
because he was like the main focus of like the last issue too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just want more.
Yeah, it's just I was excited to read it, and then it's just kind of like. I think, like, I suppose that's been across the line with most X books for me. So it's just like
I have taken a lot off of my poll of X books. But this one doesn't have very many.
Yeah,
left,
I'll just finish this out. But yeah, not
really into it.
Okay, so last we have Wonder Woman Historia. This is the first part of this little story. This book is like 4 years in the making. Mm-hmm. I've been super hyped. I remember the day that Kelly Sue DeConnick had posted about it, because I put it on Instagram, because I was like, fuck yeah, I'm getting this book, can't wait. And
worth the wait.
And then waited. But yeah, 100% worth the wait. Like, as you, like, read this book and flip through this book, I definitely suggest taking your time, because it is an incredibly dense book. Like, the story is just...
It's a lot to see, a lot to read, a lot to take in. It's a lot of lore and history. Yeah. And it's
almost a sensory overload. Like, I think I said to you, it's just like there's a lot going on, but it's just so gorgeous, and the flow is beautiful, and I cannot say, like, enough good things about it. I think it is, like, if nothing else, worth picking up and looking at, because it is just, like, breathtaking in some instances where you're just like, how does it look so good, and how is this story so interesting? The colors are just so so good.
It's absolutely incredible. The whole origin.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is basically just a look on how the Amazons came to be, and how I assume in the future Wonder Woman came to be on here. And I don't know. I like how I described it, where Hera and all the goddesses were like, "Yo, Zeus, men, bad. We got to do something."
No men.
Zeus and gods are like, I don't think so. I think you're wrong.
I am going to put this in here for just a quick little sec, how Hades was not included in any of those men. You know why? Because he is not garbage. I just want to put that in. I just need the world to hear. There's a reason why he was not in this book.
Yeah, I'm excited for the second part in the spring. I know I'll have to go back and reread part 1, but yeah, definitely 100% worth the wait. Definitely a book that I would suggest anyone to pick up, because I don't think you have to be you definitely don't have to be a Wonder Woman fan to pick this book up. I think you just have to like want to read something that's like full of lore, full of just gorgeous art, and just like, I don't know, good story. Like,
yeah. It's very, very well written and beautiful.
Yeah, so Kelly Sue DeConnick and Phil Jimenez just murdering people. I think, Hi-Fi, there's a few different colorists. Hi-Fi, Arif Periano, and Romulo Fajardo.
Romulo Fajardo?
Yeah, we'll fuck that up, but
we both did, so it's fine.
But yeah, those colors are also just not playing around. They just
they can't kill.
Like, I'm gonna fuck you up, and just like, cool, dude, thanks. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining us as always. We're really glad. It's been a hard few weeks for, I think, both of us. A lot of weird, stressful stuff happening. So, just take care of your friends. Holidays are shitty. Everything's kind of shitty right now. Go support your local comic book stores. It's so incredibly important, please.
Especially now.
Yeah, especially now, please. Take care of your friends. Support your local libraries also right now, of course, please. And just be a decent human being. Take care of one another. And we love you, and we'll see you on the flippity flip.